Hardly had the universe hailed the advent of Kali when a new terror loomed large. A twin terror. Demon brothers Shumba and Nishumbh were tearing Brahmand apart limb by limb, subjugating every realm. Another pair of asuras called Chand and Mund had become their generals. Those two would leave at dawn every day and return by dusk with blood congealed on their swords, entrails hanging from their jaws, narrating exploits involving death and dread that would make Shumba and Nishumbha laugh. But not today. Today, Chand and Mund were only talking about her. Her eyes black as venom, her lips red as embers, hair like a moonless night, and limbs like a sinuous snake's. Durga, they chorused. The one who slew Mahishasura? Sumbh and Nishumbh asked. Is she that intoxicating? That and more. You both, who now possess all that is precious in this universe, must possess her too. We hear that she was sculpted from the aura of all the gods, the union of their vital forces. Make her your own, and you shall humble the devas like never before. The brothers immediately dispatched a messenger named Sugriva, who read out their proposals before Durga. Do you accept, O Divine One? The goddess smiled. I am flattered, but there is a matter of my vow. Vow? Yes, I have sworn that I shall only accept him who can overthrow me in battle. Battle? Are you demanding combat? I am. Speak with caution, Divine One. They will come and they will not spare you because you are a woman. But Shumba denotes one who doubts himself, Durga simpered, and Nishumbha denotes one who doubts others. With so much doubt filled inside them, will they truly fight? My lords have conquered the whole Brahmand. Shame those very gods who have created you. You may have killed Mahishasura, but you will not last before these two brothers. That settles the matter then. If they defeat me, I shall garland them on the battlefield itself. Hearing her words from Sugriva's mouth, Shumba glanced at Nishumbha. A spirited woman, I am aroused. What should we do, brother? What should be done with a female like her? Shame her, bend her spine with our fingertip. She wants war? Send Dhumralochana. Let's see if she can tackle him first. As soon as dawn broke, the Daitya Dhumralochan invaded with a force of 60,000. Seeing his army advance, Durga let out a roar. Such was the fire in that cry that it instantly reduced Dhumralochana to ashes. The goddess's lion leapt and devoured every demon. Intriguing, Shumba hissed as Dhumralochana's remain reached him. Looks like the woman is in heat. This is wilder than I had imagined. What now? Nishumbha yelled. Chand and Mund, they will drag her here like a slave. The next day, both commanders began battling valiantly. They were invoking every ounce of their skill, every trick in their arsenal, and yet a voice was scratching their insides today that this foe was unconquerable, that their end has arrived. The voice was getting louder and louder as the day wore on, as their army breathed its last, as Kali sprung from Durga now and decapitated both of them. As the heads of Chand and Mund rolled, Brahmand screamed out a new name for goddess.
Chamunda, Chamunda, Chamunda.
The voice was resounding through the cosmos, grating the ears of Sumbh and Nishumbh. Enough! The brothers thundered. She wants to fight us? She will. The next day, Shumba and Nishumbha marched towards the mountains where Durga had stationed herself. The battles raged as few battles had raged before. The brothers were displaying how they had crushed every Loka. The goddess was revealing why she was Mahishasur-mardini. By dusk, Durga was triumphing. Using Vishnu's chakra, she splintered the shield of Nishumbha. Before he could react, she dug Shiva's trident into his heart. Shivering with fury, Shumbha mocked, "Do you have anything of your own? Your weapons are borrowed, your might is borrowed, your body is borrowed, everything you possess has been tailored by the Devas. Why should I fight you?" The Durga laughed. Brahmant laughed. "How ignorant you are, Shumbh! I am Brahma, I am Vishnu, I am Mahadev." The demon stared as Durga's form magnified to embody every deity of the universe. Not only Brahma, Vishnu or Mahesh, but also Brahmani, Vaishnavi and Maheshwari. She was Param Brahman, she was Parashakti, the omniform stretching from one end of the universe to the other. Shumbha turned to flee, but goddess pounced, forcing him to the ground. She cleaved his body into two. As he lay dying, Durga rammed her foot in his face. "Looks like there won't be a wedding after all." But the Asura was sniggering, pointing at someone. As his life floated out, his words reached the goddess. "What about him? The more you kill him, the more alive he is." She turned to look. The last demon was standing before her, sole survivor of the carnage. Durga lunged and chopped a portion of his arm. But what occult was this? As soon as his blood fell on the ground, it gave rise to another one like him. The goddess gashed him once more, and it happened once again. Again and again and again. Every time a drop of his blood touched the earth, it was seeding a replica, germinating more and more of him. "Who are you?" Durga glared. "Raktabeej. My own blood breathes me." She could hear Shumbha's voice deriding her again. "The more you kill him, the more alive he is." The battlefield was teeming now with hundreds of Raktabeejas. Durga was combating them all, but she knew this would never end. The Asura's blood was his elixir and was reproducing countless clones. The goddess closed her eyes. There was only one way out, only one being who could counteract him. Her forehead quivered, and out came the Devi again. Durga could hear the clanking of skulls, see the swish of that blade, feel the fire of her rage. Kali had reappeared. Whirling furiously, she began slashing every Raktabeeja. Their blood was descending drop by drop, inching to touch the earth and spawn more replicas. When suddenly something fanned out. Something had appeared between the blood and the ground. Something red, soft and fleshy, uncoiling like the hood of a massive serpent. Kali had unfurled her tongue and was scooping up all the blood before it could hit the earth. Her sword sliced again. As the Raktabeejas bled once more, her tongue swooped again, lapping it up. She was devouring every drop now, encompassing the whole ground, turning their blood barren. It went on, and the replicas began to dwindle. The more Kali was drinking, the fewer Raktabeejas were standing. Battlefield was becoming emptier. Her tongue was turning redder, thick and clotted blood, as only one stood before her now. The last Raktabeej, the true Raktabeej. Kali's sword swung. Her tongue flicked again and she gulped one last time. Shiva was watching. Shiva was smiling. Then he frowned. The butchering of Raktabeej had infected Kali with bloodlust, and she was now killing more and more beings, slurping more and more blood. Her tongue was lolling as if she wanted to suck the universe dry, bring about a Mahapralay. Shiva manifested. He was watching her lost in her own violent frenzy. He had once pacified Narsimha, and it was the time now to pacify Kali. The god sprawled himself in the path of goddess, smacking her lips, jangling her garland of skulls. Kali had turned blind to everything. The next moment, she froze, biting her tongue. She had stepped on her husband. Ish!